Okay, let's see. And then get my scoreboard up. I'm just going to say... Okay, yeah, just waiting on Dennis to go into the stream, make sure that our audio is okay.
Sounds good. I should actually pop up the chat as well.
Yeah. Hold on, Riddle, can you say a few things?
Testing.
Okay, it looks like he can hear you, so we're good. All right, thank you, Dennis. Oh, Dennis is saying that my overall volume is too low. But yeah, I'll take his advice and not messing with it for this one. But yeah, I don't know why it's overall quiet. Like on my end, like on the mixer, I'm going into the yellow zone for like all of these. But yeah.
Listening to the stream on my end doesn't sound too bad either, though.
Alright, so let's see here. Fluff is going to be player 2 side. And True North is going to be player 1. And let's see here, where are they at? Fluff at second, and True North. What character is True North using? Oh, they're Wagner, it looks like. So second and first.
I have not seen True North Wagner before.
Neither have I. I remember that they mentioned like starting to learn her earlier this week, but I have not actually seen the Wagner in action. Okay, and as a usual reminder, wait until you see me put in judgment. That gives you the cue to go ahead. That allows me to do just admin stuff in between each of these games. But yeah, we're at 12 o'clock and everyone appears to be in. Are we missing anyone in the lobby? And yeah, as Dennis said in the tournament chat, make sure you pick Park. The only exception, I don't know why I'm forgetting their name, but we do have one player where, for whatever reason, Park just crashes their game hard, and training stage is okay for them.
Right, that's Peters. I don't think I saw him in here.
He made it pretty far in the beginner tournament. So I was kind of hoping to see them again, but no big deal. Maybe next time.
Actually, there's quite a few people in this one here, and I would say 3 people who I have not seen before.
Yeah, we have 3 people that have never signed up to any event of ours today. So that's good. We're continuing to get more new players, because that way we don't rely on like always having everyone join. Just people can come when they are able to make it work with their schedule.
Yeah, the other nice thing about that is having more people to play so it doesn't get too heavy in like the player matchup side of things.
Oh yeah.
Having more to adapt to is good.
Okay, Fluff over here rocking the Jushichi color. I'll block the overhead. Nice. Nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, mashing on wake up.
Yeah, a lot of Akatsuki's corner drops, like especially if they're with a normal, they tend to be pretty safe drops. Okay, got hit by the overhead. Yeah, True North definitely like not being fully comfortable with his routing just yet.
That being said, he finishes it out with 3.3k, which is not bad.
Definitely not bad. Oh, nice, yeah. 5C for Wagner is a really good anti-air button, especially at a range, because you can check dashes as well as jumps and assaults. It is a pretty good wall. Okay, got to see that DP. Wagner did lose, now both buffs, because every time she gets hit, she loses one of the buffs. And it's usually shield buff. Shield buff is first.
Yeah.
Alright, finishing it out with that close 5B. Hey, how's
Honestly,
it going, comedy guy?
The main thing I would like to see is just a little less activity on wake up from these two players right now.
Oh yeah, the lure of the meterless DP, or in this case, a 3-frame meter DP.
It's definitely powerful. It is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
Which makes it all the more important that you resist.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So this is happening on PC. Alright, so that first game went to True North. Oh, yeah, you can't take your turn after that. You're -4. I'm curious if anyone in the lobby is going to be able to punish the Bitatsus, because you do have to shield the third hit to make it -7. Yeah.
Honestly, you definitely should, but at this point I rarely do it because you don't often see Akatsuki's go for it without CS or meter.
Yeah, like, you know, at our level when we're playing, you have to get a feel for whether we even want to punish it first. But
yeah,
that said, like at this level, it's pretty safe to just always go for that shield. Worst case, they cancel into EX Fireball and you still block. Okay. A lot of autopiloting block strings from True North into the overhead. That would present like really mashable opportunities if Fluff over here starts paying attention to that. It's a pretty easy just force function parry just to get, you know, like 1.6, 1.8k damage. Or if you don't want the full combo, just parry into Bitatsu, get 1.3, and you're fine.
It gets you out of pressure too, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like I'd given the point earlier incorrectly. True North went to the back of the line, so yeah, Fluff got the points. Good stuff there, and now it's going to be Shire.
And is Shire playing his Laundreckia, or is this a different character as well?
I think it's the Laundreckia. but I could be wrong. Let's see, where is Shire at? I gotta pull up my doc here. Third, there we go. All right.
I don't think I've ever seen this matchup, but I feel like Perry is going to be very, very good in it.
It's hard to say because Akatsuki's parry isn't all that active. It's not like Enkidu's parry, which is like almost 40 frames active. You have to like really know the timing, and that combined with needing to actively choose between high and low parry means you cannot just react to the startup of Rekka and know which one to do.
Oh wait, does Akatsuki have to do high and low parries?
Yes.
Like, specifically? Interesting.
Yeah, it's less active, much more punishable, and yeah, you have to choose high and low, so, like, it's absolutely a thing that you can do with good awareness, but I don't see it being, like, an easy thing to do against Landrekia. Yeah. As Raido is saying, Akatsuki can, 2-2B the Rekkas if they're autopiloting too much, but a 2-2 motion does take, like, let's say 30-ish frames to input. It can be hard to do it in time on reaction.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't expect to see that too much.
Like, it has to be, like, really just spaced Rekka from neutral that hasn't been in any way been backed up by throwing fireballs. Because, like, Landrekia's neutral is a lot about doing a mix of fireballs and Rekkas so that no one is ever quite comfortable looking to challenge a single one of them. They could have killed. I don't like that bail off. Okay, this is a punish.
So, Shire playing really well with the spacing game. You can see cats are fluffing, just trying to like press buttons out, but quite a lot of the time Shire is out of range.
Yeah, fourth, like, decently aware of like what strong tools Akatsuki has, but is not quite there in really capitalizing at the ranges that Akatsuki is strong at.
Under pressure is really strong though.
I don't like that TK fireball.
Yeah, just normal fireball is usually what you want to go for there.
There we go. I'm actually curious.
I think that was a stand tech that he got caught by.
I'm curious if Akatsuki's 5A is one of the 5As that can interrupt the high Rekkas. Like, I know Seth and Wagner can, and so can Merc, but like most of the cast can't.
It would be tough to say. It is high, but it's not. Like,
yeah, it's not like super high. Yeah. Yeah. Non-EX flower. Oh no, you could have gotten a combo. And I'm seeing that like too much of Fluff's damage is just coming from wake up DPs.
Yeah, which is generally not something you want to be getting most of your damage from, just because it's so low and such a high risk.
Yep. Oh, yep. 5dB. Incredibly good button. Oh no, try to take turn with a... But Fluff did a delayed EX Fireball. No, you're not... No, at that range, Akatsuki is not plus after a Fireball. You have to do more space than that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty tough to continue pressure after a Fireball. Because at the spacings where he is plus, he has to use moves that are usually a big commitment, right?
Yep. And the big thing about the range that Akatsuki is plus on the Fireball is a range where he can't do much except like 6-6C after, really.
Yeah, and 6-6C is what,
Doesn't lead
12 frame startup?
Yeah, and it doesn't really lead to anything. Like, no, it doesn't really lead to pressure, is what I mean. Like, on combo, yeah.
Yeah, but even then, like, you press a button that is a fast button, and then you'll catch him dashing in to do the 6-6C.
Yep.
After the Fireball.
Alright, let's see. Where do I have try at? First. Alright.
The other thing I never really saw from Fluff there was he never really used a Tatsu.
Yeah, which is like
very good.
Especially at a low level, it is really good for making people or just stealing turns over and over.
Yeah. I'm liking the patience here.
Yeah, I'm liking the patience.
I would like to see them be a little more confident with dashing in.
And I don't think this is the first time Tri has fought Lombrechia, but it still looks like they're like just trying to see what Lombrechia even does.
Well, that'd be both me and him. Good stop on the green shield.
So, Fluff is saying in chat that they used to use more Eitatsu, but then started fighting people that know that that it's -2. And to that, I would say that you can still do the mind game when you start incorporating charged Eitatsu, because you can bait the shield that would be there for B-Tatsu and potentially Brick Break him.
Yep. And in addition to that, it's less about them knowing that it's -2, and it's a lot of like trying to get them to think about something else so you can sneak it in.
Yeah, like,
because if you make them hesitate for even a second, 2/60ths of a second is not something they can react to.
Absolutely not. Oh, what you could have comboed. Like, the CS to make it safe, I totally get. Yep.
Good. I actually really like his spacing on Wake Up there, knowing that Hyde had CS.
Oh, no. That could very much have been a punish.
That hit's gonna get him the cycle too.
Okay, look, he looks like he's like fishing for a DP. Or a veil off or something. Man.
Yeah, Tree here actually needs to be a little more aggressive, it looks like, in kind of taking his turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't hate the blocking out. That's probably the thing. Getting comfortable with blocking things out is super useful in learning, so I don't hate it. But in terms of like wanting to win the game at the very least, at some point you do have to go in, and you want to be confident when you do so. If you constantly hesitate a couple of seconds, that gives the opponent time to just reset pressure over and over again.
Yep. All right.
I have not seen Oringo's Linne before.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Right
that was a
over.
bit too high to be able to easily confirm off of the dive kick. Oh, that 4C goes so high. Nice, good poke. Yep.
Oh no. That's a
I'd be
full punish.
punished. Yeah.
Doesn't get the confirm though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ringo's taking to the air a little too much here.
Yep. Too used to playing Yuzu and Phonon. Those are the main characters that Oringo uses.
Oh yeah, both of those are extremely safe doing that.
Yep.
But Linne doesn't have the range that you need for it. And Laundrecchia, very, very good at hitting out,
Anyone in
hitting
the
people
air.
out. That's a kill.
Yep. First game going to Shire here. And I don't know where Shire started today, but
I believe third Dan -1
yeah,
was
that
the
makes,
starting point.
Yeah, so they're probably pretty close to ranking up here.
This is their third game they're playing?
Oh, nice. But in general, like I still want Oringo to not jump so much against Laundrecchia. He controls way too much of the vertical space with the Rekkas.
Yeah, and Linne has a great dash, so dash blocking is really good.
At that range, EX Kuga just does nothing.
I like the idea with the throw there. I think it should have been done immediately. Oh
Yeah,
no,
enhanced
hello.
B Kuga or B Hien it can be hard to react to.
Yep.
There's a force function. Shire's been actually pretty conservative with their use of a force function.
which is good. I like to see that, especially when it's throw punishable and generally very unsafe.
And the damage you get for being successful with it is non-existent.
Ooh, I do not like that DP though. Alright, that is Alshire taking his third game in a row.
Yep,
I think.
so, yep.
+2?
So if they win against Fizzgig, then they will rank up to 4th Dan with their Landrekia, which will be really nice. Let's see. And if I remember correctly, Fizzgig is at 1st.
Yeah, Fizzgig is also one who I have not seen before.
They are completely new to the server as well as any of our events, to my knowledge.
Ooh, another Aurier.
From what I saw, Fizzgig, like Smash GG history, they have entered a ton of Smash events, but this is the first Uni event.
Alright, I don't really see the necessity of doing backdash. Losing grid there is...
Yeah, I'm not really like blaming Fizzgig too much. Like if they're a Smash player, that kind of forward and back movement is just so common.
That is true.
Like, I just see that and I just think that he's playing Ori like a Smash player does. But you know, with experience, that kind of thing will go away.
I mean, honestly, we can't blame any of these people for the things they do. We just gotta point them out anyways.
Yep, gotta point them out. So if they review this, they'll come back with a bit more knowledge next time. All right.
Good Divine Thrust.
Yeah, the spacing on these thrusts is pretty good. Okay, I like not going into any more follows from the Thanatos call.
Yep, not with how much shielding was going on. If you see someone spamming shield, just stop your pressure immediately.
Yep.
Or do an overhead. One of the two.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, was...
I like the no cancel on the shield.
Okay. Now they might be getting a little too used to assaults.
It also feels like Fizzgig here is unsure of where to end pressure.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of like no cancel stuff, which is good, but you have to make sure that they're not mashing to do so.
Okay, solid combo.
Ooh, yeah. Grid break 6B.
Oh, that was so fake. I don't think I've ever seen an Oreo use 6-6B as part of pressure.
I've done it once.
On accident?
Maybe.
Or were you trying to do dash up 5B?
No, if I try and do dash up 5B, the thing that I mess up is I always get 6B from it.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever see me do 6Bs from like full screen, that's why.
That makes sense. Every time I've seen you do that, I just assume that you misinput your B thrust. Yep, EX neutral skip.
Doesn't take gold.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be hard to tell thanks to the obfuscation from the 2-2C. Punish? Yeah.
Oh, he knows the punish too. Or he
mashed.
just saw it.
Good stuff. You know, considering how many raw rekkas are being done by Shire, I would definitely like to be seeing more thrusts.
Yep. Charge Divine Thrust is really good for that. Because if they block it, whatever, you lose your turn. But if it hits, oh boy, that's a lot of damage.
Not even, like, yeah, you know, Charge Thrust has the most reward, but, like, even just regular B Thrust, you're not, like, put in a bad spot on block, really. And it's still, you know, anti-tiers just like the Charge B Thrust.
That is true.
The one really good thing about the Charge version is Aurier's hurt box completely disappears for like a frame or two, which very much comes in handy.
Yes.
I know I've definitely been victim to many charge thrusts where I know that I input a slash and I just saw it phase straight through Aurier.
Yeah, it's because she moves forward in like small teleports almost.
Yeah. Yeah, and like during those couple frames when the hurt box disappears is, oh no, should have been tagged. Alright, good stuff to Alishire. Making it to 4th Dan, which means that the Laundrekia cannot be played in beginners anymore unless they get demoted when they start playing in the intermediate lobbies. So good stuff.
Congratulations. I also don't think I saw Fizzgig CS once in those games.
Yeah, which, you know, if you're pretty new to Uni, like, I wouldn't really be hampering too much about how to use CS just yet, except maybe a little bit on defense if you have the meter for it. Just, you know, hold 3 and mash D, or hold 1 and mash AD. Something to get that CS.
Yeah, I would agree. Honestly, even before that, I would start just doing it on Wake Up.
Yeah, that is a really good time to do it too, especially at, you know, the beginner levels, because you can all, like, most of these people are doing meaties every single time. There isn't much variation in pressure, so it is quite good for that.
CS on Wake Up, see what they're doing. If they're hitting a button, reversal.
Yep. And, like, I'm not even going to stress at this level, you know, Sacred Spire versus the regular EXTP.
Just do Sacred Spire.
I mean, yeah, that's better most of the time, but, like, all I'm saying is I'm not going to complain if I see her 63C.
Yeah. There are situations where you need to use it, but, like, even if they assault, Sacred Spire is going to hit, so the only times you would use Sacred Arrow is if they're, like, way above you.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see. True North. I know they have 4th Dan Laundrekia, but... Oh yeah, it was the Wagner in first. That's right. Okay, so... we are good to go.
So this is a rematch between the two, correct?
Yeah, I think... Well, is it? I remember True North running the Wagner. Oh, yeah, it was.
ことの名をこの上に積もるかし。試してみるか。ファーストクローズ、ディバイド。そんなものか。開けろ。その
Oh man, I wonder what all these 60s are from True North. I'm not familiar enough with Wagner routing to know like what misinput leads to that. Yeah, tries to assault out, got hit, but makes it out anyway. Nice. Oh, no confirm though. Oh no.
Oh, that was a risky DP.
Yep.
DPs and strings are always very tough to do.
Oh, if True North ranked up last time, I can definitely change it to be second Dan here.
Ooh, nice stagger.
Kind of hit through.
Good. Really good spacing on that.
Yeah, that is very much not a safe jump.
That gets rid of both buffs.
No! True North. Wagner has such a good BDP. You do not need to spend the meter on that. Like,
and I would argue using DPs in general less.
Yeah, I mean that too, but yeah, Wagner's CDP is really only there if you CS and it's gonna kill. Like these extra damage might be worth it, or if you really want to call out a safe jump, because outside of Merkava, no safe jumps in this game beat 3-frame DPs.
Yes, and more than that, you don't want to show the super flash if you can avoid it.
Yep, super flash eats inputs and also lets people, know that they need to block. I do not like that drill. There was no meter to back it up. Like a lot of the... Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just saying, True North was stand blocking during a lot of the pressure there, which is pretty unsafe because you could just add a low in.
I mean, at a space, a lot of lows just aren't going to reach. So
yeah,
like,
I'd just be worried of the Kotsky 2C, because I think I would definitely reach there.
True.
Okay, you got shield buff.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'm not sure True North understands that when Wagner can use her shield to completely negate fireballs.
Isn't that all the time? I thought you could force function fireballs just all the time.
Yes, you can. But my point is, we never saw we never saw True North use that at all.
Right. Okay.
And besides force function, the J6B, I want to say, also does that. So it can help with jump-ins against people that are throwing out fireballs. You kill the fireball on your way down, and if they're also right there, you hit them too.
Yeah, and you can cancel out of it too. So you can do like delete the fireball into just drill, right?
Yeah, you can do fireball into drill. Most of the time you'll see like force function to kill a fireball into her 214A or 214B, depending on spacing.
Right. But yeah, in terms of strings, I would also like to see like tip 5C into shield bash.
Yeah.
That stuff, it takes time. It's hard to get.
Yep.
But it is very, very useful.
Yeah, especially because at tip 5C and also at like tip 6B range, it ends up being like +2 to +1 depending on like how good they were with the spacing. But either way, like your plus and your Wagner, that's really good because you're in their face.
ファーストクローズディバイド
Yeah. So something I definitely want to see from Try is to not do any back techs. He was actually pretty ahead in the cycle, and then just kept losing block after block thanks to back techs.
セカンドクローズディバイド
So
Actually,
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, I think he's also holding forward too much. Like, generally, dash blocking is good, but he's walking forward instead of, like, dashing and then quickly holding back.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like that, right? If you're going to walk forward, that leaves you vulnerable for a long time.
Yeah, most of the attacks that are happening in neutral in this game are too fast to actually react to and block, which is why dash blocking is good. You're guaranteed a minimum amount of forward movement with minimum holding forward, and no reactions necessary, unless like overheads are coming out. Then you have to like switch to a high block.
Also, Comedy Guy is asking for a link into the Discord.
Yeah, I can get one.
Okay.
There you go. I don't really agree with that DP, but it did work out.
I was going to say, if you're going to check something like that, might as well use the CSE hacker, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the easiest ways for beginner and even intermediates to take advantage of the cycle is just every time you're in a string, start mashing 3DDDD or
180.
ウィナーバカつき
So people can't just hop in. I make sure to connection test everyone to make sure that wants to join, because we want to have a learning environment where you don't have to worry about having to apply the things you've been learning to, to 4 frames or something like that. Like, all of these guys here should be getting like 1 to 3 frames at most to each other. Where's my scoreboard here? So, good stuff to Fluff. It looks, if I understand correctly, Fluff should be getting pretty close to ranking up here. Alright, now against Akatsuki, it is a lot easier to just jump around like a madman, because he definitely struggles to deal with anyone in the air. So, I anticipate Oringo doing a lot better this time around. I got a little bit
misjudging
greedy
the
with that throw. Like, going for throws this early in a set without having much info to go off of is, in general, not a good idea. Like,
I like the Atatsu there, actually, though. The Atatsu got him a whiff green shield, so he could throw.
They got the knockdown. Wake up DP. Didn't get the free shield.
And any shield there would have switched the cycle.
Yep. Oh,
Oh, that was a force function too, wasn't it?
yep. That was a really quick one. Or game one from Fluff.
面倒なのと出くわしたな。ファーストクローズ、ディバイド。
Oh my god.
Oh
That,
no.
I don't agree with that 6C. It is, the reward is massive, but it's so risky. It's easily punishable on block. You cannot special cancel it. To my knowledge, you can only CS it.
You can CS it for sure.
Yeah. I don't think he can even EX cancel 6C. It is not a button you just want to casually throw out in neutral like that.
Yeah, if you do have CS though, it is actually a pretty okay use to 6C, wait a little bit, and then you can do something like a CS parry.
Yeah,
For
but
someone trying to
we're
punish
not
it.
seeing anything remotely close to that here.
No, but it is a good concept to keep in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, for those in chat that are like interested in potentially joining us in the future, generally like since I have fiber, I tend to have way better connections to people than like in city or than other nets. So if you get 2 frames to me, you're allowed in because that makes sure you get like 3 frames to everyone else at least.
Wait, but I don't get 2 frames to you.
You, for us, like, we have to kind of be less picky at the higher ranks here because not as many players are in there.
Fair enough, fair enough. I also, even though I don't get that, it's very consistent when I play you.
Yeah. DP? Yes. Yeah, at that range, the only confirm that Line could possibly have done would have been Fireball Dash.
Ooh, guts the shield though.
Oh no, you could have just blocked for a little bit. Alright, good stuff to Fluff. Okay, so Fluff is now 3rd Dan, so good stuff there. Gonna go ahead and put that here because
That means he goes to the back of the line.
it absolutely goes to the back of the line. And now it's going to be Fizz Gig versus Alishire. Alright, and what ranking is the phone on from Shire? Because they're... the Laundrekia made it to 4th, if I remember. And yeah, they mentioned going with a phone on. Alright, looks like, yeah, the phone on would be at 2nd Dan.
Ooh, one of the worst ones to get on random too.
Oh no! We make it a rule to always choose park. Like after this, just go to character select and make sure to go to park. I don't want to. Like if this was tournament, I would just close the room and remake it. But I don't want to deal with having to figure out what the line is.
Yeah.
Though I do like this stage in general.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of it. I think there's too much.
I think like most uni stages are so barren that something like this is just really nice.
That's fair. I generally like the Baron, but I think High Rise is my favorite stage.
Oh, almost mashed out of that 6B.
You could actually confirm that when he did 5B and then it dropped, you could confirm that with Divine Thrust.
Yeah, because thrust is like 9 frames and goes hella far.
You'd want to use B Thrust, which is not 9 frames, but it would hit him in the corner, and then you can do 3B off the corner bounce.
Gotcha. Ooh, that was kind of scary. Phonon Rekkas are really minus. Their only use in pressure is like 6-6B first hit of Rekka to try and bait a shield.
Nice catching the feet at that range.
Oh, yep.
So, I would highly doubt Fizzgig is going for the Micro Dash 5B combo.
Oh,
so
no, I doubt it.
I would suggest if you're going to get a hit off 6B, just use 4C follow-up to combo.
Yeah, the 4C into force function, right?
Force function, either JC or even just a JB.
Yeah, whatever's
them.
easy and works.
Yeah. You don't need high damage off of it, unless you're like super optimizing it. You just want that consistent knockdown, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the most important thing. But in general, like I'm really liking the type of patience that we're seeing from Fizzgig here. Like they're not taking too many risks. And
no, I actually really like how he plays. It's just unfamiliarity with the strings and what he should be doing.
Yeah, like...
So, like, and that just comes with time. Like, there, good recognition on the shield. If you come back and watch, 3C is the follow-up to combo off there, or 5C.
I'm becoming less of a fan of like autopiloting a bit too much into 6Bs, but I do understand that they are not really being challenged.
Yeah, it's just not necessarily a habit you want to get into.
Yep. I don't know
I'm
why
also not really a huge fan of all the no cancels at this level.
Yeah, like more repeats would be good.
Or even just like ending in 5A. Saving an A button and ending in that.
Yeah, that is also really good because it's only -3.
Yeah, 5A is -3, 2A is -2. But
the spacing from 5A is so good.
yes, it will outrange a lot of C normals even. And you can reset with only a 9-frame gap by pressing 5A, let it 5A, and then wait 5A.
Yep.
Super good way to start pressure again.
Alright, good stuff to Fizzgig there. I think that's their first win of the day. So.
Yeah, so they should be +1.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
In first stand?
Yep. Because there is no point losses at all in first stand. So yeah, good stuff, Fizzgig there. And you're going to be fighting True North next. And I don't know why I did not get the notifications, but Mai and Comedy Guy, thanks for the follows.
楽しいお茶になる始まりだ。ファーストクローズ、ディバイド。
Ooh.
Just raw.
Yeah,
drill.
without sword buff even. That... It worked, but I don't like it. Yeah, it's minus. That is only plus if they have the charge, or the buff, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, just press out on the no cancel 5C. I believe that's like -8.
Oh, nice. Almost had it. But yeah, 2B is a really good button. Like all of Ori's buttons are really solid. Yeah, really good spacing there. Oh, got the cycle
Ooh.
too.
I would actually like to see 6xc a little bit more from True North here.
Okay, are they gonna use CS? Nope.
Just does it back. Something I would never recommend people doing. But it works out.
Yeah, like if you ever successfully DP someone or veil off someone, you better do something safe, because the likelihood of your opponent doing that just goes up so high after they've been DP'd.
Especially on Veil. I know
Yep.
that situation was a DP, but please, for anyone listening, if someone veils you off, do
Then-
not veil off back.
Or if you veil someone off, watch out for
Do a
theirs.
2A.
Yep.
2A meaty. And then block.
Oh, that was a 2-2. They wanted the orb. Oh.
Caught
nice.
standing. I understand it's tough, but True North needs to be reacting to 6Bs rather than predicting and trying to stand the 4.
I can't ever judge on that. I can never block 6B, so... To me, that button's unblockable. But I also have boomer reactions, so...
I think you're just too concerned with other things a lot. But like, I think it's fair. It's a fairly good idea, even if it's not working out well, to start training them as early as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's going to help you with all overheads.
Yeah. It's just kind of funny, because I have no problem blocking a Akatsuki 6B, which is a frame faster, but I can't block Ori's 6B at all.
I'm the opposite. I can block a lot of Ori 6Bs. I struggle with Akatsuki.
Alright, good stuff, Fizzgig there. I think they are 1 point away from ranking up, so that's really awesome. And they're going to be going up against Oringo's Line.
I'll be interested to see how many just 214Bs might catch a Ringo here.
Yeah, with all the jumping that Oringo has been doing, I would not be surprised to see any of the 214s catching them.
Alright. Starting it off strong with the ground game though.
Oh, missed the meaty, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, no cancel 5 or 2C gets punished.
I think Oringo is relying too much on his opponent respecting CS but FizzGig has been playing this whole time as if CS is not a game mechanic. So we'll see if Oringo catches on to that. Oh no! Okay.
Good throw.
Yeah, I feel like that stare down was a stand tech, but
You know what? I actually think stare downs are the one spot where stand teching is as good. Anywhere else, yeah, I would say if you're going to tech, might as well OS. But
oh, no confirm. Yeah, I mean, at that range, it can be kind of awkward for Line to get something. Oh no!
oh, you can't do that.
That all of Aurier's DPs would have whiffed there.
Yep, you gotta dash forward to beat that, actually. Or high shield.
Gino, thanks for the follow. Nice. Oh, if you go back to this Oringo, on the TK Kuga hit, at that range you can just 6-6B and just follow into a regular route. Yeah, Oringo really needing to do more wake up CS. You're not going to get the CS respected if they don't know that it's a thing. Oh, risky backdash. And he's going to die. Nope.
Yeah, he just doesn't know the corner combo.
Oh my god, just EX thrust.
Super unsafe to choose to do so as well.
Yeah, it's minimum -6 and can be even more minus.
Alright, break on the shield. Yeah, and you can't cancel that because Thanatos is already out, so you have to link that with 2A. But it's a tough link.
Oh, that is fake. You block dive kicks.
Ooh! Did I just see a CS in a string?
I'm gonna choose to believe that they were trying to assault.
Oh no. Good, air unblockable.
Okay, Oringo still not taking or not using CS. Yep.
Nice throw. Oh no.
Oh, what? Oh, you know why Oringo lost the cycle there? Because he was currently in Vorpal, so regular blocking made him lose enough grid to have it taken from him.
Yeah, if it's the end of the cycle and you have a lead, I think one of the best ways to maintain the Vorpal cycle is just to do nothing.
Well, the Oringo was doing nothing. It's just because he was in Vorpal and having to block, he lost a bunch of grid.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yep. If you're outside of Vorpal and blocking, you gain grid, but if you're in Vorpal, you lose it.
Right. In that case, you do need to shield.
Yeah.
Take a risk.
Sure, all of us have seen Wagner players when their opponent has CS, but they're in the corner. They just do the really long true block string, and they just completely rob the cycle that way. Because those people are like mashing 1 AD, which does not produce shield. Or they're mashing 3D, which again does not produce shield. And they end up losing the cycle after like 15 seconds.
Getting a lot of grid breaks with these 6Bs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say it's not really worth contesting the cycle too much. In this game, in particular. Contesting the cycle is really good. However, if your opponent isn't using it at all,
Yeah.
don't take needless risks to secure the cycle.
Yep. Okay, good throw. Oh, almost enough. Man, seeing that 1 frame late to block, that always hurts my soul a little. Oh, unblockable! Oh no, you could have just 3B'd.
Any button, really. Just not throw.
Yeah, it's true. You could have 5C'd, 5B'd, anything. 5A might have whiffed.
I doubt it. 2-8 would have.
Oh, no confirm. I don't agree with that. It wasn't gonna kill.
Nope.
Yeah, you're minus there. Not punishable, but
Yeah, not enough that you can press another button.
yeah.
Not at that range.
Yeah, if Ori had spaced it better, absolutely. But Fizzgig's still at 2 points, so they can still come back and get to second Dan in this next rotation.
Yeah. And this is not something I recommend, but it is kind of a funny thing to think about. You could actually neutral jump that to punish. Because if you know that they're going to press a low button, which is 90% what people do, you can neutral jump the low and then come down with the JC.
Yeah, that's definitely an option. Yep, I agree with Dennis. After this set here, we will begin the final rotation of the beginner bracket, or beginner lobbies. Then we'll take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back with the start of the intermediates.
Sounds good.
Nice. I'm actually surprised her 214B reached there. Yeah. Akatsuki J2C doesn't have a ton of recovery, but it's still a whiff move.
CS on Wake Up?
I haven't seen Oringo use it like at all.
Which kind of surprises me.
I think he is way too used to playing Yuzu.
Where you just don't get it. That makes sense.
You don't get anything out of CS like 90% of the time anyway. Like, oh, you know, they're pressing a button, but it's an A button, so your DP whiffs and your veil off gets blocked. Oh, nice. Pick up. No. Oh, almost. Fluff not being ready to continue the combo. That B button was meant to just check a dash, and it worked, but they weren't ready to actually follow that up with a combo.
厄介なのが現れたな。ファーストクローズ、ディバイド、カウント、話にならないな。
Oh, really scary shield on that assault.
Scary, but I like it. I think if you can stand shield, or if you can stand block an assault, you might as well go for a shield on it. Until they show you they're going low.
Yeah, until they show you, for sure.
But, like, honestly, even at an advanced level, assault into low is never really, like, the first thing they show.
ウィナー、赤セカンドクローズ、ディバイド。
Yeah. And like, big thing is, at especially at this level, if you shield an assault button, most of the time they are at least -4, so you're pretty much always guaranteed a throw punish.
Yes, you are, but I would recommend just pressing 2A. Even if you're, like, almost guaranteed a throw punish, most of the time you can get a 2A punish in, and if not, you start pressure anyway.
I feel like really that depends on like situation and character, because like, you know, Chaos with like 6-frame buttons are almost never actually going to get a actual punish out of it. And if their back is to the corner, even if it's their turn, they're not going to have great ways of like escaping too safely. So the throw punish becomes really good for someone like Chaos. And like similarly, it's somewhat similar with Akatsuki, where like the side switch combo and the back throw do almost the same damage. So a lot of times might as well just... Oh, is that gonna hit? No, it's not.
No. Yeah, I think Aringo's shielding is kind of killing him here.
Oh yeah.
Like, I kind of want to see him just stop pressing shield almost altogether.
Just...
Unless it's, like, guaranteed, like, Akatsuki C Fireball.
Yep. Which everyone, like, should always double shield the C Fireball just to, like, really make him bleed grid for wanting to get some plus frames.
Yes. But, like, other than that, there's really not much point for Aringo to be doing this many shields.
Yep. Oh my god. Nope. Yeah, safe drops. If all Akatsuki does is whiff a normal, especially a close normal, it's pretty much always going to be Akatsuki still plus.
Winner, Akatsuki. Second close, divide.
Yeah. The wake up force function.
Yeah, throw on CS, like when they CS in your face and it's a neutral interaction where none of you are doing anything, throw is a very common choice.
Yeah, because it's the fastest thing universally.
Yep, and if they throw, you tech. Or they tech, one of the two.
Yeah, and if you both mashed throw on same frame, it actually goes back and forth on who does the teching.
Yeah.
But that most of the time it's not same frame, so like that weird little interaction is not something we usually have to worry about.
Yep. And even if like you get your thrown tech, it's not that big of a deal. The way, if you want to beat throw, you can do like a quick jump into a button. I don't know
Like
how
a
many
rising
people
button.
have J2Cs.
So even though no one, or not everyone has a J2C, what people can do is do like 9A, or just do 9AD, and if you accidentally did it late, you end up teching a throw, and otherwise you hit them with a rising JA, which most people have some way to combo off of, even if it's not like a ton of damage.
Yeah. And most people do have like a jump button that they can combo into. Like, I know Akatsuki and Orie's are both J2Cs, right? That will get around that throw.
Yep, Akatsuki and Ori both have a J2C. Yuzu has a J2C. Line has her J2B. Merc has J2C. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to strip this down to a very basic level, and this is not all of it, but a simple RPS off of like CS in your face at neutral interaction is between throw button and then jump button. There's obviously more to it, but like that's a very simple way to start thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, the third part of it is, of course, someone pressing like a 5A, because that will catch the jumper.
Yeah, that's what I mean by button versus jump button.
Yeah. Punish.
But generally, throw is the safest option of them.
Yeah, the jump does require a bit of commitment, because pretty much any grounded button will beat the jump.
Ooh, he blocked that high too. I think he may have accidentally got off back. Ooh, I like the assault after that.
Yeah, right now, Alashire needs to find a way to deal with all of these jumps, or just air approaches in general.
Which, I think
crit punish.
4B is a good way to deal with, like, assaults or jump-ins, right?
4B is a very good way to do it. From far away assaults, you can pretty realistically react with, like, force function. But, like, they have to be, like, pretty spaced for you to have time to react.
And of course, there's the universal way of just stand shield.
Yeah.
Now, Akatsuki charged J2C, or charged JC, one of them, I'm
No,
not
it's
sure.
his J6C.
J6C, thank you.
Yeah.
Akatsuki charged J6C, you're probably not going to get your turn, but at least you get your Varble.
Yeah.
And it depends the distance.
Yeah. Akatsuki J6C is, in fact, plus on shield. Yeah, Akatsuki pressure is incredibly hard to deal with at at all levels, but at like, as you get better, you start just gutting his neutral, so you have to deal with his pressure less. Alright, so now it's going to be Fluff versus True North, and if Fluff wins, they are going to move up to 4th Dan.
我が本試してみるかファーストクローズディバイド引く剣よ輝け我らのその手
Nice. Get the combo. Oh no.
Alright, he lost both buffs. Nope, he has sword buff. Okay.
No, not anymore. Punish. Oh, come on.
Ooh, yeah, there's the
So-
shield.
I
not
guarantee
shield.
you that what happened there was True North was upset that they didn't do the DP during the CS flash, and then so they woke up DP just to prove to themselves that they can do the motion. We've all been guilty of that type of thing. Where, like,
Yes, we have, but I still recommend try to keep it in check if
oh
you
yeah,
can.
it's obviously a really good idea to be able to just let go regardless of what your intentions were.
Yeah. Your buttons are probably working fine. No need to check them.
Yeah, it's just, all I'm saying is I totally get it. I've done it. No, what?
You want to be canceling the overhead to make it safe, right?
Yes. Well, so Wagner, like charged force function is only like -2 or -3, but like regular force function is like -10.
Right, so you want to do generally you want to do charged force function, especially if you have shield buff, because then you get the guard frame.
Yep.
So you'll do the 6C overhead into charged force function overhead.
Yeah.
Is a common thing you'll see.
Honestly, like even just regular force function is a lot of times fine, just because there isn't really a mashable gap there, and you can cancel the force function into 214A, which is like one of Wagner's best starters. So like,
Right.
almost no one is going to be challenging the potential -10 of the force function, just because of the fear of getting counter hit by 214A.
セカンドクローズディバイドこっちだ
Yeah, one of the plus sides there to having your DP be a 2-2 motion, run unders for pressure. Oh, you can pick that up, yes. Yeah, run unders for pressures. If they're doing wake up DP with a 2-2 motion, it doesn't matter. It's coming out correct anyway. So something I'd like to see a bit from Fluff is that Akatsuki's close 5B is +1, and his 5AA brings Akatsuki closer, which puts him into that close 5B range. So you can do like 5AA, close 5B, no cancel, and you're +1, and then you just reset pressure right there. And like, it's a really good cornerstone to Akatsuki pressure because you're putting the fear into people of like whether you're gonna go for strike or throw at that range.
Right, because that's not a spot you want to mash, but at the same time, it looks like you should, and he's close enough to throw you.
Yeah, and like, you know, if you're convincing your opponent to mash when you're +1, like you're in a good spot. Alright, so Fluff is now 4th Dan, so they are now eligible for our intermediate lobbies, so congratulations. And so for our last set here in the beginner side of it is going to be Oringo and Shire.
Oh yeah, and True North here is saying that was 100% a frustration DP.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was either like making sure you can do it, or like just convincing yourself that, or a frustration DP, because like we've all been there, we've all done that kind of thing.
Yep, just keep in mind for next time that like the frustration DP type stuff.
It almost always
frustra-
loses.
Yep, frustration VOs, they're the easiest to read. Right? You can feel them coming. So. And I mean, it's a new character, so it's to be expected.
Oh, did Shire leave? Oh, we might actually be done. Because I see Shire left the lobby and Cats just went up. So I think we're good to go ahead and take our 10-minute break here and kind of set up for intermediate lobby.
Sounds good.
Change up the song for this. Give some good old Landrekia theme while we take our break. We will be right back.
Landrekia theme is sick.
Oh wait, what is Dennis saying? We can have... Oh, he's saying Oringo and Shire. I'm cool with that. We're ahead of schedule anyway. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Phone on 2B is an incredibly good mash out button. At only 8 frames and being incredibly massive. Or maybe it's 9 frames, but even still, for a 9-frame button, it would still be incredibly massive.
Yeah, most of Phonon's buttons are very big for their frame data.
Yeah. The only button of Phonon's that I would say is like slow for the size is her 2A, which was nerfed in Clear.
Right. Because I was going to say, it used to be one of the best 2As in the game.
It used to be the absolute best 2A in the game. Oh no! I don't think that DP was intentional. Or sorry, not DP, the veil off.
No, most likely he was trying to dash and accidentally hit C.
Yeah. Yeah,
And he
should
didn't
have
get
seen it
punished.
coming. Nice, going for the fast option.
Yeah, sadly I'm not too familiar with Phonon, so I'm not sure like exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to say. Almost all of my like Phonon knowledge is labbing what Yuzu needs to do to bully her.
Yeah, and how like a Yuzu or an Orye would approach a Phonon matchup is very, very different from how a Linne would.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, I will say that a lot of the main stuff I'm not really seeing that Linne very much struggles to challenge is Phonon's air game. Linne cannot challenge people in the air. Like outside of doing like EX Hien, she just struggles super hard. She is tiny and she cannot reach the cookie jar. So yeah, in general, Phonon should be able to get away with like a lot of charged JCs in neutral, a lot of JT2Xs, like fireballs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Alishar's pressure here does seem like pretty linear in the sense that he does ground buttons and then usually like no cancels at a spacing where Linne has a chance to get in.
Yep.
So you want to be like just keeping that space, pushing her out if you can.
Oh, that was the 2-0. That went quick. Okay, good stuff to both of them there. And yeah, now we'll actually take our 10-minute break. Gonna go refill on coffee. And yeah, we will be right back.
See you in a bit.
I am back, and I see that Casey decided to join our lobbies. So I think we're good to go ahead and start populating the lobby. Okay, looks like we have enough players right now that we have to split the intermediates into 2 lobbies, which Dennis is currently randomly splitting right now. So big thank you to Dennis. And I should definitely update the post. All right, there we go. Let's see. I mean, Casey's already in here. Casey, would you like to bully my Akatsuki while we wait? Hell yeah. You can, you're gonna random it? I don't think you have enough subs to have that work. But your call. That's okay, I got the cycle. Oh, whoops. Oh, my close 5B. No. Can't do that. Oh, whoops. Believe it or not, I meant to do a fireball.
Casey playing Aurier?
No, he did random select because he respects my Akatsuki that much. Which I don't blame him, because my Akatsuki kind of doo-doo.
I was going to say, I thought I would never see the day of Casey playing REA.
Whoops. That was not meant to be. Oh no. Oh, that was supposed to be Tatsu. Yep. That was supposed to be a shield. Haha, good fuck. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, his Seth will probably beat me. I have no idea how to get Seth out of the air. Not with Akatsuki. If it was walled, I'd just, you know, mash 2 through 6A or 5C and he'd just die.
Yeah, I feel like you just don't. I feel like that's the answer.
I was hoping that was going to be an actual punish. Oops, that was supposed to be 6B. Oh, okay. I actually meant to backdash there, but... What? Oh, Kyle, me and you use the same color Akka? Sweet. Oh, my YW. Oh, I tried to... Oh no! Yeah, 5cc, really good. Yeah, can't really punish that. I'll take the throat any day there. Yeah, unblockable. Okay, that's fine. Try to hit him on the way down. Yeah. Okay. That was fun. Akatsuki is very fun to play, but I'm still really bad with his combos. Okay, so it looks like in our lobby we got Shire, C Rakestraw, UT, which I was played a little bit today, and Oringo and Casey. So good numbers. Just going to go ahead and add them to my spreadsheet. Sure, I get out of full screen mode there. And where is my spreadsheet? Here we go. Okay, looks like they are all in it. Awesome. So it's going to start off with Shire versus C Rakestraw. And Shire is going to be in player 2 side, and See Rakestraw player 1 side. And let's see here if Dennis can give me the rankings of each of these. That would be great, so I can start populating that. All right, I'm gonna RNG this shit. Let's see. Random number generator and min 1, max 4. What do we got? We got 3, Casey.
Wait, what are you RNGing?
Casey is rolling the wheel for which sub he's playing today.
Oh, nice. Batista.
Yep. And yeah, I think we're good to start. I can just not have the Dan field populated for a moment. It's not a huge deal.
And I'll probably be out of commission for the first round, just finishing up eating here.
Yeah, no worries. All right, so C Rakestraw is 4th Dan. And yeah, Shire's Lawn is a freshly minted 4th Dan as well. But C Rakestraw, if they lose this, they do go back down to 3rd, but they can of course continue to play because there are no 6th Dans in this lobby, so they are still eligible to gain or lose points against everyone. Okay, good throw. Yeah, I'm really liking the safe approach from C Rakestraw here. Just keeping in mind, like, that raw Rekkas are a definite possibility when going up against a raw Rekia. So sometimes you definitely want to throw out your own 6/6Cs, because just like you have to deal with the YOLO things that other characters are able to just throw out, hide 6/6C is absolutely one of those things that other characters need to have to worry about. Okay, Shire has CS. Oh, doesn't need it. Okay. I was just very much thinking that CSDP can very much close out the round at that point. Even Landrekia's low damage DP would have been enough.
Alright,
We're still game 1, round 2. As to be expected, from like difference between intermediate and beginner lobbies, like, we definitely have a lot more rounds that use a lot more of the timer, because in general people are taking way less risks.
yeah.
And like, people are blocking more. Everything is a little bit slower, but the damage of each combo is absolutely higher. This can kill? Nice. Okay, game 1 going to Alashire here.
I feel like the progression of matching as like improvement happens usually goes like you mash all the time to like, oh yeah, you never mash, to back to mashing all the time to like then a mix.
Yeah.
That's generally how it goes.
Nice. That hit was able to secure the cycle for C Rakestraw here.
Ooh, good grade break.
I really wish that C Rakestraw would have used CS. Like, as soon as you notice that a move of yours is like completely whiffing like that, you can just mash on CS and make yourself safe. And especially if you play a character with a DP, you can often find people, like catch people trying to whiff punish you, and then you punish them back for daring to do so.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, if you know that your opponent is grid broken, and the cycle's coming up, you're going to win Vorpal again anyway, so might as well use CS, gain the meter, gain the situational awareness, and then gain Vorpal again.
That kind of depends, because the transfer state is definitely a thing where, you know, if after you CS, you are locked out of winning the cycle, no matter, even if your opponent's grid broken for like 10 seconds.
Wait, are you actually?
Yes, you're completely locked out. What happens if the cycle ends during the transfer state is no one wins the cycle.
Huh. Uni mechanics I did not know.
Yep. Also, like, when your opponent is grid broken, you can take advantage of that to be less worried about shielding, so you can just be more free to just make them hold a block string forever. But the grid break timer runs out faster the more they block. So oftentimes it can be good to not make them hold the pressure, just because you want to make them stay grid broken.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Oh! Assault's right over it. I'm still wanting to see a little more like defensive CS usage. Both these characters have meterless DPs, and I think it would be good for them.
Oh, okay. I actually like that Shire, that first throw, that he just took the throw, because potentially stand teching would have made him lose a cycle. But it doesn't matter, because C-Rakestraw ended up just completely running over him after that. But yeah, a lot of times it is good to just take the throw if you're guaranteed the cycle anyway.
Yeah.
But good stuff to see Rakestraw going up to -3, so they are maintaining themselves in 4th Dan. So good stuff there. And then Uptight Temperance, I played them earlier today.
I have never seen them before. Are they Washington area?
Completely new to our events. They play in Kidu, and
nice,
I'm definitely looking forward to how they do, because like I put them in the intermediate lobby after I had them do a 1st or 2 with all of my characters, just to kind of see like where they're at, what kind of knowledge checks they can pass, that kind of thing. And at the end, I decided to put them in 4th, so I'm hoping they do okay. So, considering their Discord tag and their Smash GG tag is UT, I'm just going to refer to them as such. And Casey, if you want to go Lawn, just go Lawn. Me and you weren't playing for points, so the no character switch until an hour passes rule doesn't really matter here. Nice. Good parry?
Good parry.
Oh, he was looking for a DP.
Yeah, I kind of expected nothing on Wake Up, just because the parry came out.
Oh, blocks the overhead? No, that's plus. Charge 2-2D is... Oh man, I always forget. It's like I want to say +3.
Yeah, it's not highly plus, but it is plus.
Yep. And uncharged 2-2B is like +1. I think it's +3.
セカンドクローズディバイド
Yeah, but as always, like when looking at plus frames in general, but like really especially for Enkidu, range matters a lot. Like if he does charge 2-2B mid screen and he's +3, but you know he's within like 5C range, you can more or less be willing to challenge with like a 5A if you have a long one like Hyde.
Actually, what I would recommend for against Enkidu is actually blocking a lot just to get a feel for when they do it, because it's not like they're going to throw any heavy mix-ups at you quickly. So like you can really just sit there and gain a feel for when they're plus and minus.
Mm-hmm. And like see how deep into the records they go before they no cancel. Like you absolutely want to get that kind of information in game 1 against an Enkidu.
Yeah, you kind of have to think about it like, I am blocking for now so that I can gain the information needed to press out.
Yep.
That was a good shield.
Wake up, Rekka. Let's go. Yeah, at this point, like, C. Rakestraw definitely had seen that UT has been looking for wake up DPs enough. And the nice thing about Rekka is it low crushes, and it even crushes a lot of mids. If they did delay mid too much. So yeah, the wake up record can just be a pretty solid option. Yeah, did not properly meaty because Enkidu's 2 and 4A is a frame 4 parry.
Yeah, good. Just DP out.
Nice. Okay, good stuff to see Rakestraw there. And I did like a lot of what I was seeing from UT. Alright, and if I remember correctly, Oringo's Yuzu is in 5th Dan, thanks to having won our beginner tournament.
Yeah, I actually really liked UT's defense there in particular. I think his pressure probably needs some work, and that's where I would focus on if I was him.
Mm-hmm.
I think resetting pressure ambiguously would be the main thing.
That and like learn, like once a Hyde starts showing like wake up Rekka, you need to know how to be able to deal with both DP and Rekka. Like Enkidu, for example, if Hyde wants to make Rekka plus in any way, they have to leave a big enough gap. Which means like suddenly Enkidu's parry starts to become really good in the ready. But anyway, on to this match. Starting off, pretty even life lead. Oringo does have the cycle. Yeah, I really like that use of the stance dash to avoid the fireball. And unfortunately, the whiff throw from Oringo earlier cost him the cycle.
I just wake up Rekka, cash out of the air.
Oh. So, something that Oringo absolutely could have done when Hyde did the laser is, on reaction to the super flash, mash 4B. like post Super Flash, the laser is like around 12 frame startup, which means that Yuzu's 7 frame parry makes her invulnerable to it, and then she can actually punish it. Oh, I wish Oringo would have CS'd that 6-6C. Yuzu's 6-6C is a pretty common drop point for her combos. It's just like a part where it's really easy to drop the combos.
Right.
And Yuzu's 6-6C can be CS cancelled on whiff and also EX cancelled on whiff. So like, that's something you really need to be aware of and be ready to do, because it will happen even to the best Yuzu players. Like, you will tune into watching some Kure versus Clear Lamp, and you will absolutely see Kure drop a 6-6C. It happens.
Right.
Okay, I like that run under. Would have preferred a button that wasn't 5C because it gave him a little too much time to recognize the side.
Alright, good CS.
Oh, and drop the combo just to secure the cycle.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I don't think it's a terrible decision.
So the nice thing actually about using her JA there is that it hits crossing. So even if Hyde were to do something that would run under it, she would still make him block.
Right. Alright, good button to stuff.
Yeah, take the free grid. Okay, don't. No. Okay. I thought he was going to do J236A after the 6-6C, which completely whiffs in the corner. Oh,
yeah, it just crosses on the other side.
Yep.
That, you can tell, although it's very, very hard, whether she exits stance and is minus, or if she's keeping in stance and doing a frame trap, right?
It can be hard to tell. Like, yes, there is technically a visual indicator.
But I wouldn't rely on it.
I wouldn't rely on it a ton. It's, in my experience fighting like other Yuzus, context is more important than like looking for that white bubble. But
yeah.
Yes, like if you're seeing the situation where she's likely to threaten that, yeah, I would actually just focus on looking for that white bubble. Because every time she's leaving stance, that bubble happens. There's no way to make it not happen.
Why can't it be like a bright green bubble? Well, I guess that would look like shield, but something more obvious.
Alright, let's see. I think, if I remember correctly, Casey's is at 4th, but correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, I would agree with Dennis there. Since we have 6 people, and in the intermediate lobbies, we tend to go to last game or just use up a lot of time, we will be doing a 3-win limit. So it's really hard to challenge this. So I'm not even saying that Casey should be like looking for it, but Oringo is doing a lot of like 6B into teleport, which is actually incredibly nice. Yeah, the only thing that is not minus there is 236B into teleport.
Right.
And even then, it's only plus in stance.
And that's just raw teleport. That's very unsafe.
Okay, Oringo's shield's coming to bite him.
Yeah, even if he's not being punished for it, I don't think Oringo should be doing as many teleports as he is.
Yeah.
And I don't even mean that as like a sense of like it's a bad habit or you're going to get punished for it. I mean, when you do teleports, it feels like there's all these slight disadvantages that keep adding up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah. The thing is, like, almost all of Yuzu's teleports technically leave her open to getting punished in some way or another. And while most of the time it is too hard to challenge, taking risks over and over again is going to eventually get you killed.
Yeah, and I think it's what I was trying to say is like even if he's not directly punishing it, I feel like it makes Casey comfortable.
Yep.
In the sense of like now he knows what he holds it, he knows what he has to do, and then when something new comes in, he's fully focused for it.
Counter hit throw. I bet you that was a DP. Nice.
Yeah, TK Lotus gets over.
Oringo going for the easier route because the more optimized route is much easier to have it fail. Oh, Oringo could have... Okay, doesn't matter. I was going to say Oringo could have CS'd the combo earlier just to guarantee it, but doesn't matter. But considering how much Oringo is doing like grounded stance stuff, Casey should definitely be doing a lot more raw like B or C Rekkas in neutral, because those actually go straight over her slashes.
Yep. And fast approaches over slashes are very good against Yuzu. Because what you want is to get her to start taking risks, or to start slacking on throwing out these slashes, right?
Yeah, after Laundrekia threatens the Rekkas in neutral enough, it makes Yuzu have to play a more conservative approach where she might try to reactively like 5C some of the Rekkas.
Right, which gives you opportunities to get in.
Yeah, that gives you the opportunities to just do regular old dashings. Oh, that's so fake! Yeah, there was actually nothing that Oringo could have done there. At that point in the Rekkas, Laundrekia is fully head and bone, so none of Yuzu's air slashes do anything.
Very much feels like a throw's coming soon. Oh, but it's just gonna get a frame trap.
Yep. Oh, I was kind of expecting DP. And there we go, another example of the Rekkas just completely blowing up Yuzu's slashes. Yep, and we're to 1-1. Now, Casey has unlocked the reason why this is one of Yuzu's worst matchups.
Yep. Must be listening in. Almost exactly when we started talking about that, he switched it.
Yeah, which, good.
No issues here for me.
For Oringo, like to somewhat stop it, you need to do like 6 A's or 2 through 6 A's in neutral. Because then Laundrekia cannot easily go over those.
Yeah. And of course there's always the 5Z anti-air, but I feel like that might be a tight timing.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, okay.
Casey getting his stand teched.
Yeah, I think Ringo was going for a delay throw to catch a shield. Possibly. But I would like to actually see dash in, like, really close, and then assault.
Oh, you're dead. Never mind.
If you can, you want to start forcing the other person to
Stop going
do
in the air.
anti-ROSs.
So, what Yuzu needs to do to stop Wandrekia from just doing so many raw Rekkas once they realize that Yuzu can't do a lot about it is Yuzu saves her meter and responds to raw Rekka with raw VO.
Right.
And yeah. Oh, that throw won the cycle.
Yeah, it was good. I think he Kara through that because it looked out of range.
Just a 6B AD.
Okay.
It's almost death.
Gets set up.
Good tech. Alright, and Casey takes it. But yeah, neutral against a Laundrekia that like realizes that it can be quite difficult. But like, it's not like the matchup is like absolutely horrendous because at the end of the day, you're still Yuzu, which means everyone dies in 3 hits.
Yep.
And so let's see here, we have Casey and Omergosh coming. I need to add him. And, okay, so Omer being 4th Dan. Thank you.
So I assume Omer is playing Linne.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any other subs, so.
If he does, I think they're in the beginner levels. And honestly, there are so few Laundrekias that I've never played this matchup as Line, so I don't know any like good tips other than just regular old good Uni.
Yep. I'm pretty much the same, although I have seen Omer and True North play.
Oh, punish! No, 2C, 2C. The gap is more than -12.
Yep, you can punish with pretty much any button.
Are you fishing for that force function?
Ah yes, True North has got this secret strat for how to beat Omer.
I mean, this is Casey, not
Oh, wait.
True North.
I know, True North is in chat.
Oh,
Not how to beat Omer, I guess. How to play against Omer.
oh, gotcha. Nice.
Yes, good.
Oh,
Throw.
look at that. 1 frame tech late. What? I guess he was in Vorpal, or in Veloth. I don't like that.
Yeah, it gets him out of the corner, right, with the wall bounce?
Yep.
That's it. Going to take it anyways.
ウィナーリンリンサードクローズディバイド
Ooh, max range 5C? Or is that 660?
Oh, that was a 660. But I mean, 660 is just the dash version of 5C, so.
Yeah. Good throw.
Oh, nice. And yeah, the Casey special is absolutely.
Oh no.
Whenever Casey gets grid broken, he will veil off in the first possible instance that he can.
Yeah, just doesn't want to deal with being grid broken.
Pretty much.
ファーストクローズディバイド
Ooh, good whiff punish. I would like to see Omer be a little more threatening after his knockdown. He's kind of staying at a range far away on knockdown and resetting to neutral, which I don't think is in Linne's advantage here.
クローズディバイド
Hard to say because like when a 6C and when a 66C go big enough, go high enough, that Rekkas cannot really just go over. Oh, rolled straight under that DP.
Just force functions the ice block.
Okay.
Yep, gets put in.
Yeah, unfortunately, the early freeze route that Casey did only works in the corner.
Who just catches it? Yeah, just force function out.
Oh, this is it. Owen drops it.
You don't need to chase so much. Oh, but it gets the roll. I disagree, but it works out.
I also disagree, but it worked out.
Yeah, timer was coming up, right? Like, yes, he still had a lot of time, but you can make Casey take the risks there.
Yeah, or I'm kind of with Casey that Rekkas are probably not that great against Line just because 5C and 66C both reach decently high vertically. Like, they're terrible for anti-airs, but like against something that doesn't go that high like Rekkas is probably really strong.
Yeah, I would agree. And then also like Kugas and all that to stuff it, right?
Kugas,
Do they?
they disappear so quickly, I wouldn't really consider those being that great. Has Omer won 3? No. I don't think he has. It's only like 2 that he's won?
Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah. No, Omer's good to... No, he's only won 1. Only against Casey, because Casey beat Oringo. And I would need to lab out how good on-reaction force function it is against Lond, but I would imagine Line force function is really good against raw Rekkas.
I think
Go ahead.
I think Linne's force function is just a pretty good like parry option in general.
It does take like good awareness to be able to use it effectively, because like against something like Rekka, you'd want to visually confirm which side they're on before letting it go. Because you don't want to have Lon face through you with like a B Rekka and then have your force function hit the wrong side.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's fine. More than fine.
And like you see there that like the low range of force function makes it not great in many post CS scenarios. Yeah, but I am under the impression that it would be pretty good. It's just it would take like some labbing to like get how to make it really good.
Oh, whiff dive kick, no.
Yeah, everyone knows whiff dive kick is plus, and often grid breaks.
ゲのゲだな。みんな話にならない。厄介なのが現れたな。ファーストクローズ、ディバイド。
Oh no, that's so...
That's super minus.
Yeah, like UT, if they were going to go into third hit of Rekka, you absolutely need to have established no canceling and resetting pressure at first and second hits prior. So that was the overhead portion of B Hien that hit, so it's going to be okay damage.
Yep, put him in the corner. Ooh, tries
Second
to back
hit.
dash out, but
Oh yeah, went for the charge 5C, but oh my gosh, is mashing.
yeah, you gotta press quick buttons there.
Oh, want to get the overhead. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, didn't delay it enough. Line ADP, you need to delay cancel if you want any kind of combo out of it. But doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, with the win. So that's 2 wins. If Oh my gosh gets a third here against Shire, he does have to go to the back of the line.
Right. Yeah, and it kind of felt like
no,
UT.
Damn it. It said if he wins again. Because he's only won
yeah.
twice.
Yeah, so Omer's actually still up.
He's supposed to be. Let's see. It would be... if everyone is listening, can have C Rakestraw and then everyone after him pass until we get Omer back up. Yeah, only on your 3rd consecutive win. Here, I'm just going to change room settings. Where's the consecutive play? 3 times. There we go. Now it'll just always do it like that. But yeah, C Rakestraw, let's ping him. Okay, Oringo, please pass. Oringo might also not be listening. And okay, then I will pass. Casey will pass. UT, please pass. And then and then at that point we will be good to go. Okay, there we go. So now it's gonna be Oh my gosh and Shire. Go for it.
Another Lon versus Linne.
There we go.
Alright. Get started with 5B.
Oh, nice. Oh, you had all the time in the world. Okay, it doesn't matter. You got it. Never mind.
Not a really big fan of that force function, but I can see why.
Shire had
With
CS.
throw into throw.
Oh no. Yeah. Please know that dive kicks are universally minus in this game. The only exception are command dive kicks like Eltman's J214.
Isn't Merc possibly plus?
No, -2, even at the lowest height. In an ST, you could hit low enough to be like +1.
Okay.
But they changed regular dive kicks in clear so that they are universally at least -2.
Okay, I'm still thinking ST then.
It's okay. All the mercs went into hibernation during COVID.
Apparently. I only knew one Merc and he went into hibernation for sure.
Yep. I am the last honest merc remaining.
I don't think those two words go well together. High and honest? I think not.
Hey, those 50-50s are honest. Okay, made that safe. The long person really couldn't actually punish. The B homebreaker is like -5. And like, unless you're point blank, you're not getting thrown.
The strings Alashire seem to be doing are a little too long.
Oh my.
Good
What?
catch though.
I just don't understand, like, if you're gonna do the cross-up dodge roll, why would you not immediately press a button? Like, I don't understand the purpose of the shield from Oh My Gosh.
Maybe he was trying to assault and got the wrong side.
It's certainly possible, but there we go.
I could see we're doing roll assault.
That's skipping layers that have not been established.
Yeah, that's why I can see Homer doing it.
Yeah. Skipping layers is something that many of us do as a bad habit, but really, unless you are already really familiar with how these people play, it is never really a good idea to be skipping layers like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And honestly, a lot of times, even against people you know, it is often worthwhile to go through the layers the normal way. Just because if they're the ones that skip, then they are the ones that die for skipping the layers. Yeah, force function pretty good mid-recca. Oh, she was -1. Yeah, I think in general, just Shire doesn't understand what Line frame data looks like. So they are trying to DP in places where the pressure was already over.
I don't know if it's too early, but I think I would like to see Alishire start learning and focusing a little more on OSs.
厄介なのが現れたな
I would say that like around 4th Dan is absolutely when people need to start incorporating OSs into their defensive play. And like I'd go so far as to say that it is way better to start by OSing way too much just to get that muscle memory in instead of doing it too little.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. And you can see Omer really abusing these throws here. And while, yes, you can mash out of them, I think playing a little more defensively here would go a long way.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's an interaction that you just need to lab out, but it's worth labbing out. But you can throw punish that on just fuzzy throw, right?
Which part?
Hien into low.
Oh yeah, that it's you can absolutely like you just hold back and do a late throw. If they do the overhead part, you block it. If they cancel into the low, you counter hit throw Line before the low when you can connect.
Yep. So it's worth labbing that out.
And if you happen to block the low and she goes into EX Kuga, there's actually a 4-frame gap between the low hit and the Kuga, which you can also just throw. Okay, so now Omer has won 3 in a row, so now Omer does go to the back of the line.
So now Omer does pass.
Yes, correct. And now we're at the fresh start of a new cycle, so now it's going to be C. Rakestraw versus Oringo.
But yeah, what I'm starting to like see between a lot of these guys are just they have the patience for defense, but they don't know exactly what to do with it yet. And I think learning OSing would be a big start for that.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that run under was really good. Especially the like run under and then assault, like it presents too many different avenues of threat. Because at first you're like already scared, like, okay, am I gonna block the cross-up now? And then you have to block overhead on top of that. It just it overwhelms the mental stack pretty easily. So that was really, really good.
That was clean.
Oh, that's unfortunate. The 1 frame tech late.
Not much you can do about it.
Yep. Oh yeah.
See, even if you have the frame data on here and you're watching that, one of the best things you can do if you tech late is not to dwell on it and just move on.
Yeah, no, it's just move on. I have it on just because, like, if I see tech late, you know, like one or 2 frames, and we're at 1 to 3 frames of delay or whatever, like, I'll just be like, okay, I would have blocked that offline, no big deal. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly a good way to approach it.
Oh, 1 for the optimal this time. Nice. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh nice, baited the green shield, baited the shield. Don't go for the optimal. There we go. at that range, since the hide was not completely there at the corner, the optimal would have actually completely not worked.
Right.
But they have to actually be touching the corner for that route to work. And like, there's technically like some manual delays that you can do to like correct for it, but in my experience, it is not worth. It's not worth doing that when the gain is like 100 damage, because you risk dropping the combo too much.
Right. I would like to see Orengo shield some of these Rekkas more. Now, there's obvious risks with shielding Rekka, but I think it's a risk worth taking.
I'm not a fan of shielding a Rekka unless you're immediately going to smash 4B after. Because if you do get, if you do create that 7-frame gap, the 4B, you know, gets you a really nice punish.
Which Rekka are you thinking? Are you talking first hit or second hit?
Second hit. Like,
because a lot of hides do second hit and then land, right? I'm not talking to seek a punish if they go for a third.
So, the second hit and then land is only plus if they do it like incredibly low. So, unless I'm looking to smash 4B, I do not like the idea of shielding hide weapons. Because, you know, second hit and land, if you shielded it wrong, you're gonna die. And if they just do first Rekka and recognize the shield, you're also gonna die.
I understand the logic. I disagree only from experience, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Ultimately, like, there's different levels of risk that people are willing to take, which is totally fine. Like, in terms of Hyde players, Isaac is a person that technically takes tons of risks, but the way he plays makes it work for him.
Yep, good.
Nice.
Ooh.
Stare down into 2B.
Get a feeling for the mash timing.
Okay, so that's 1-1, I believe. So in general, from Orengo's use of like air C teleport and things like that, I would definitely like to see less slashing immediately after the teleport, because I feel like he's giving away a bit too much grid. When like at the ranges where he's doing that, he can kind of play reactively and like check dashes with a slash if he needs to, or react to the jumps with a slash. There's not a ton of reason at like some of those ranges that he's doing that to really do anything, because Hyde has no reason to really press buttons there.
Yeah, it kind of feels like he's relying on the cross-up of the teleport to hit, when if you're doing nothing, it just applies a little bit more pressure, and that little bit adds up.
Nice. That was a bit risky just because Mizu J2C has a really bad horizontal hitbox. So like at round start, if C Rakestraw had done a walk back or a dash block forward, it would have worked. That's like that rising J2C into more overheads tends to only work in the corner. But good stuff there to Oringo.
Yeah, taking it 2-1.
So now it's going to be Oringo and Casey. We will see if Oringo has learned some of the things that he needs to do against Londrekia, just doing raw Rekkas in neutral. Oh, that was kind of a scary shield.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think there's really much point in shielding that early either.
Yeah.
The cycle was far from being done.
Please stop jumping back against Londrekia. All of your air options just lose to Rekka. Like, even if you teleport, Londrekia just turns right around in that same Rekka and then murders you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oringo, he has 100 meter. If they save it and react to raw Rekkas and does veil off, will put him in a good spot. Okay, no big deal. No, that's fake. Yeah, against that EX Ice move, I forget what the input is, but Yuzu can 4B and then punish.
Right.
So Londrekia 2-1-4B baits veil off if it's already like if it's pressure initiated by normals, but raw Rekka in neutral 2-1-4B absolutely gets destroyed by veil off, just like any other Rekka. The cross up that makes it safe to veil off requires the correct spacing for it to work. I'm mainly talking raw Rekkas because Londrekia raw Rekkas in neutral completely destroy Yuzu wanting to do anything in stance.
I would like to see a throw on wake up. Oh, well, not with that. Okay.
Yeah, throw on wake up from Yuzu is never good. There's never a
No,
DP.
and Londrekia throwing Yuzu. Because at that range, it was just where throw was going to kill. And I would imagine that was a good option.
Oh, mashing. Yep.
Veil off.
Okay.
Just spends it.
Oh. No backdash. Rekkas are too active. You're gonna just die. I don't like that jump back. I mean, it worked out, but You know, just jumping back is so bad against Landrekia. Okay, make this count.
You got the O.
Okay, this'll kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely spend it.
Never take the chance if you could avoid it. Too many times it's easy to make a comeback, especially in this game where damage can be quite high.
Oringo needs to start doing some round start walk back. All of Landrekia's options just destroy anything Yuzu wants to do. Oh, same side. Because it was full screen, the B teleport did not cross up. No!
Yeah, I couldn't do much there. I had to hold it.
Obfuscation tech. Okay.
VO.
Yeah. Casey
There
would
was-
be VOing if it wasn't for the fact that he doesn't have meter. But ultimately, Casey takes it. Yeah. Oringo, if you go back over this, save your meter in mid-screen, like unless it'll kill, of course. But try to have at least 100 meter so that you can raw veil off against incoming Rekkas. It is the only way you will be allowed to play neutral. Anyway, now we have Casey versus UT. Yep, I would agree with Dennis here. After this, we will start the final rotation. So whoever loses is going to be back of the line of the last rotation. Yeah. In order to help Oringo, I am glad that Casey decided to go with Landrekia today. Because they have to play so differently. Yep. Now I'm very much interested in seeing how UT handles this pressure.
Cool. Trade with Enkidu comes out in Enkidu's favor.
Nice. And you got the cycle again.
That kills.
Oh, just barely too late on that Rekka. Or sorry, the parry.
Parry.
Counter hit 2D.
You can drop it for CS if you want.
Now he was gonna get. Oh, I was looking at the. I got
You're
the
looking
cycles
at
mixed
launch.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably would have dropped it instead of spending the meter. But
Yeah, just to guarantee the cycle. Just drop, do a quick concentrate. Oh, but it's still kill. Alright, now Casey is the one that is having to struggle to deal with Enkidu. Like, I know Casey knows what to do with his Gordeau, but having a different character, different options, it's quite different.
Yep.
Alright, good throw. Oh, that was a force function. Yellow throw. That wasn't even obfuscated. That was just yellow throw.
It happens sometimes.
Yep. And Casey up around, but this was also how last game went, and then UT ended up just steamrolling after. So we'll see. Overhead.
Good. Box it that time.
Oh, nice. Just wake up. Oh, the 3C. The whip. Can kill? No. I actually don't agree with Casey having gone for throw there. Because with how little health UT has, he can pretty much play like really conservatively. But 1-1.
Yeah, you don't want to be pressing after that.
Nice.
Nice jump.
So, oh, that was so fake. Something that I'm noticing about UT's combos mid-screen is that they are going for damage too much when they really should be going for Oki instead.
Yeah, especially as Enkidu here against Lon, you don't want to be in neutral situation.
Yeah. Enkidu, once you like have someone pinned down, your buttons are amazing. Oh, that's death. Even Lon's shitty throw will kill there thanks to the grid break. Yeah. Enkidu absolutely needed to cancel that 5DB into something because it is a horrible button that I'm convinced Enkidu players only ever press on accident. Oh no.
No, I don't like that.
Yep.
C parry.
Counter hit throw. Setting up the Oki. Oh wow.
Ooh.
I'm surprised the flower didn't cover him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a block.
Alright. So UT is going to be our last match of the day. Good stuff to Casey here. So now it is Casey versus Alishire, a Londrekia Mirk.
ファーストクローズディバイドここかい行くよ
Oh, what? Late on that mash. Oh, punish!
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So, like, even though Alishire is definitely the better Rond player, I am fully expecting Casey to win just having a much better overall like fundamentals uni.
Yeah, like in that last moment that you saw Alishire get killed there, it was a slight stare down and it felt like Alishire panicked and did force function, which is never something you want to do in a stare down just because it's so risky.
Oh, it's so fake. Death. Yep.
サードクローズ ディバイド
Okay, yeah, Casey just looking for the mash. Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
bad punish. You can always get a 12 frame punish at least after blocking bailout. Both of them pressed 2B, but Casey was just a little bit faster.
CVO? No.
Casey 1-0.
ファーストクローズディバイド
Oh, good block. I actually don't fully agree with Casey having immediately taken back his turn, but it worked out anyway. Just because, like, when it's end of cycle, once you, like, get ahead in it, you don't want to give your opponents a chance to build up their grid and steal it from you.
Right.
Like, at most, you might go up close to a person and see if you can, like, watch for a shield and then just throw them. The end of cycle, you already know that a lot of players are wanting to greed it out.
Oh no, that's
yeah,
a
that was
gold
a yellow throw.
Even if it's obfuscated by the screen, there is a sound that comes out that you can listen to if that's more helpful for people. Counter throw?
In general, like, yeah, I know what sound you're talking about, but, like, it's not necessarily the greatest idea to rely on sound cues.
Oh, I don't see why not.
That's just because at a lot of tournaments, there's too much going on around to, like, be able to hear that kind of thing. Oh, was that Casey's third one? Yeah, looks like it. So good stuff to Casey there. So now it's going to be Omergosh and Oringo. It looks like at this point we'd have to do the rotation again, so yeah, no big deal. Can go ahead and pass, and we are set up.
Fast close, divide.
Nice. Oh, but no confirm. Gonna run under? Yeah, he's been doing that all day. Honestly, I should do that at some point. I always just do the combo.
Run unders are really nice sometimes. Keeps people on their toes.
Don't know if Omer meant to do that. Oh no. This is especially sad because if Omer had finished that combo, he would have killed.
Yeah, he could have CVO'd.
Yep. Elbow hit and cross up. What a good button. Yeah. That actually, so that match from Omergosh was just not soon enough because Yuzu doing force function and dash canceling that, and then de-canceling it, is actually 0 on block.
Right.
So yeah, Omer should have gotten a trade there. But
Ooh, oh no.
that is just unfortunate. But it is always a risk to mash there as well, because if Yuzu decides to do force function forward dash cancel and stays in stance, she's actually +7.
Yeah, that would be a risk, like, between 0 and +7. Personally, I just wouldn't mash.
Yeah, a lot of times you just want to get the free grid, because force function eats grid to use, and it also feeds grid on block. Yeah.
Yeah, Omer was going for throw there, I think. Just got pressed out.
Oh, almost punished. Doesn't matter. Got it. Yeah, after the 2-1-4 hitting, staying in stance, doing a 6x into 2-3-6A makes it really hard to actually finish the combo.
Yep. That is a good spot to fuzzy press, but you do have to know the timing of it.
Oh, punish? Yep, that is so minus. No, that's
Doesn't
CVO,
work.
just CVO next time.
Alright, Omer doesn't pick up with a good button though.
Okay, Olinga taking that 2-0. Alright, so this is our last match of the day. It's going to be Orengo and UT, which I don't think that they have actually gotten to play today, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think this was like, kind of one of the last ones we haven't seen. Ooh, a lot of people adding for games in the Discord.
Which is always good to see. Like, main thing I want out of these lobbies is having people like wanting to get as many games as possible. No. Yuzu's 2 often doesn't reach after like a far 2A poke, so you absolutely need to do 2A 2C in order to get reliable confirms.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering Oringo did the spacing ender, trying to run up and meaty is not a good idea. You really want to just run up and get like just outside like 6B range or something and see what they do. Because most of Yuzu's bullying isn't pressing buttons. It is looking at what they press and then murdering them for it.
What's the frame data on Yuzu's 2B?
9 frames.
9 frames?
And 0 on block.
Okay.
There's like a crap cancel window. So like if you have a 5-framer, and like you can kind of like fuzzy mash it and you're never gonna get frame trapped. Because if they're gonna cancel it, they have to cancel super early.
If that's the case, I would like to see UT do like resets of pressure right outside of like right at max like 2A range.
Oh yeah, that's like in general how everyone in the cast should be bullying Yuzu.
Yeah.
Because her 2A and 5A have non-existent range.
Well, there's that very useful spacing where you are right outside of both of Yuzu's A normals, but still in range of your Kara throw.
Yep.
Super, super useful against Yuzu.
Yeah, I've definitely been counter hit thrown when I'm trying to mash out of what I can tell is a very obvious pressure reset. But yeah, I just like that one. Actually, it's not just experience. It is also like deliberate lab work to know what block strings of yours puts you in that really advantageous spacing where Yuzu just has to hold pressure.
Yep. And knowing like when she does is probably the best way to go about doing this matchup, honestly, because if you're not taking advantage of that, that's like Yuzu's main weakness.
Yep. Yeah, having basically non-existent metered DP and really steady normals, like you have to take advantage of like where she actually does have not great buttons, because everything else about her is just so oppressive that you gotta take what you can get.
Yeah, and if you don't, you're just constantly fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. Like,
or a disadvantaged battle, I should say. Not necessarily.
This can kill.
Spend the meter.
No, you could have gone into EX legs. Okay, it worked out, it worked out. Yeah, I agree with what Cal's saying. Like when Oringo is doing a lot of like stance slash into a jump, like up close, and Kyuubi's force function is so big and so fast that it really deters her from wanting to do that.
Yeah, and I kind of dislike the C parry in that spot.
Yeah,
only because of the health lead.
I don't like C parry against Yuzu ever, really, just because there is nothing like, if you just hold one, right? There's pretty much nothing that Yuzu can really do to like open anyone up. So like it is way better to just block and look for a better opening to like take your turn back. Especially when like you can just start tossing in some dash blocks, look for opportunities to anti-air Yuzu wanting to assault back in.
Yeah, and character stuff aside on that, even if it did hit, all you're getting is a little bit of damage, you're still in the corner, and you've wasted meter.
You're not in the corner, but you're back to neutral, which is where Yuzu's winning.
Well, you're not in the corner, but you're close to it. You don't sideswap or anything.
Yeah.
セカンドクローズディバイド
Oh, punish! No, you gotta 5B that. I forget how minus 236C is, but it is very minus.
Yeah, you could definitely 6-6B that even if you wanted.
I mean, 6-6B would be more ideal because it's 9 frames as opposed to 5B being 10 frames. And goes farther.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Got that. The lesson, UT, you do not want a forward tech against Yuzu. Yuzu gets actual legitimate mix if you forward tech and she is ready to mix you. She'll just do a really ambiguous walk under, and even she won't know which side she's on.
For the people listening, I will give the secret tech of delay tech. Delay tech is sick.
Delay tech is incredibly good. The only, like, somewhat bad thing against Yuzu is if she notices that you're delay teching a lot. It's not like she gets mix out of it, but you're giving her way more opportunity to just farm grid.
Yep. But
like it's way safer, and like you absolutely need to incorporate that.
not only that, is once you start realizing she's farming grid because you're delay teching, that's when you can actually start forward teching.
Yeah. But alright, that was the end of our lobbies here. Really good stuff all around.
Yeah.
Definitely hoping everyone goes back and watches over some of these and sees like just what opportunities they have to improve, because a lot of times it is just really small things like not throwing out this certain option in neutral, or mashing a little bit less on defense, or like recognizing when the opponent is minus so that you don't try and DP on what are already minus frames. But yeah, next time that I'll be streaming will be tomorrow at noon. The plan is to do a lab session where I go over like how it is that I go into training mode to lab specific matchups, because I feel like that's something that is not very intuitive to do yourself, and since I'll be doing it with a character that I don't really know how to play too well, you'll be able to hopefully get something out of the learning process of how to figure out why you got beat. So yeah, I have footage from Wednesday night fights earlier this week where I got completely washed by Tannisson's Waldstein as with my Akatsuki. So we will be doing that. Like I said, tomorrow at noon. If you want to come and do it, come hang out, feel free. And yeah, I think that's it for us. Let's see who else is streaming Uni at the moment. And Riddle, as always, thank you for commentating with me.
Thanks for having me.
Let's see.
Do you fries plain, or do you dip in ketchup?
Alright, so we're gonna send you over to Karasumar. Alright, thanks everyone.
Have a good one.
And yep, in like 10 seconds or so, they will be sent right over there. Alright. Good stream. And I am ready to get some actual food.
And now I'm ready to fiend for some games.
Alright, I'll see you, man.
Yeah.
caught me at a bad time, unfortunately, because I am going to be ending the stream. But thank you! Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I had a really, really fun time here. I hope, Rurik, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. It was really nice of you. I hope, I can, one day return the favor. You know, when I'm not, closing my stream. So I hope that everybody has a wonderful little evening. Take care, have a good weekend. If you guys, have any recommendations on what you would like to play on stream, feel free to let me know for Fight Night, because that is always a good time. Well, no, Piggy. I'll, gonna just do a thing here real quick. Ooh, I clicked on your profile. It looks like you like Merkava. Definitely approve of that. Definitely approve of that. Big fan, big fan. So yeah, actually, one of these streams, let me know if you're busy on a Saturday, Rurik, if you want to stop by. And I'll stop by maybe your stream for doing something like that, and maybe we'll do some fighting games, if you're interested. No stress, either way. Alright, I'm getting this dude's